Okay, Stan, go.
Welcome into Pressbox Live. I'm Stan the Fan Charles of Pressbox and PressboxOnline.com. And with me is a good friend, Joe Weinberg from the Cordish Group. And Joe, you've got so many titles when I look you up online. Are you the CEO of Cordish Gaming Corporation?
I am, and a partner in the company. Yeah.
All right. Well, I know you work your tail off, and it's all well deserved, all the things that have happened to you. Wanted to have you on. It's a propitious timing. We kind of knew we were getting close, but today the SNARK committee or SMART committee of the state of Maryland has approved the initial 10 licenses for online betting applications. Your group, Live Casino Hotel, is one of those groups. Can you tell us what the next step will be, as the fact that they've got 10 more licenses they need to approve? You're not going to be sitting and waiting for them to approve those other 10 licenses.
No, I mean, as you know, we and several other parties have been operating our retail books for many months now, and we're ready to go as soon as the regulator is ready to go live. And the next steps really is we'll have a couple test days with the mobile applications, both us and the other parties, over the next couple weeks, and we hope to then be able to be authorized to go live, late this month, early December. So, we look forward to getting most of the football season in, the NBA season, and being live, just in a few short weeks.
Joe, I know you and David are local guys from around here. So, but the Cordish Group and the Live brand, you welcome in about 50 million guests a year, roughly, to your properties all around the country. This is the first thing I can see where you're welcoming in people, but they don't have to come into a Live bricks and mortar or a Cordish Group bricks and mortar location. How big a change is that for you guys?
Well, for over a decade now, the importance of having a digital presence along with the bricks and mortar presence has been very important. So, we really feel that one of our strengths is being able to operate in an omni-channel, distribution platform, and the ability to have an ongoing dialogue with our guests online, so that they know what's going on in the bricks and mortar, the opportunity to share all of the great live events we do in all of our properties across the country. So they really help each other. Yep. So it's really not new to us to be using online as part of our business strategy. But our goal really is, because at our core, at our essence, is being the gathering spot for the community. And we're all human beings, we're social animals, and what we're all about is creating the best live experiences for our customers. So even with sports betting, even though a customer may want to place their transaction of the bet online versus in the physical retail book, that customer is more engaged with the actual sporting event, right? Because most of us who bet on sports is because we want to have a greater involvement with the actual game and the live event. We're more apt to go to live events, live sporting events, and to get together with friends to watch sporting events. So us being able to utilize that mobile customer and to provide great bricks and mortar experiences in our facilities is really very key.
So that's an interesting insight. So for you guys, is it more about being in touch with the sports bettor rather than whether you win or lose their sports bet? I mean, is it more important to use that conduit as a means to promote other things?
Absolutely. In fact, the fact is that sports betting is not a highly profitable undertaking for the casino, but it is a very important engagement mechanism. And so we're able to provide an amenity for our customers, drive in a new audience because of that amenity to our facilities, and they'll participate in the casino games and the food and beverage, go to concerts. So it's really more of an amenity for our customers. And for the sports bettor, they now have an option to many will even bet on their mobile device within our casinos.
Right.
Right, because that way they don't have to go up to a kiosk, go up to a window, and particularly as there's more and more in-game play in sports betting, having the ability to bet from the mobile device is very critical in being able to participate in that kind of real time gaming activity within a game.
Joe, you've had the presence of the sports book for just about a year now. I think it's about 10 and a half,
Right.
11 and a half months or so. Has that been your experience that sports betting did draw people in that might not have come to the casino?
Yeah, absolutely. And our, again, is a testament to the type of experiences we've been able to create. Our physical sports book is 44% of the Maryland market right now. And that's because we are drawing in new people into the facility. We're providing a great experience, and we hope to see that continue, and we'll continue to have great events at the casino, great promotions, and just provide the best place to watch any sporting event that's going on at the time.
Joe, have you found that any people come up and ask for help understanding how to navigate through the actual betting process?
Yeah, we
In
have
the
that.
old days, we picked up a phone and we called Nookie to Bookie or Sid Allen, and we made our bets. But now it's a piece of modern technology for some people that are my age.
Yeah, no, we have that all the time, and that's why it's good having various options. So now customers can come to the casino and they can go up to a window and have a customer service representative walk them through the process. We also have kiosks within the casino, where also we have live customer representatives that can help customers navigate the technology. And then, of course, there's the mobile opportunity that'll be available anytime now.
It's interesting because you also do the thing where, at least up to this point, you've had tablets that people could take to their seats and make their wagers on that.
Right.
Okay.
And physical kiosks, which are similar to a tablet. Yeah.
Okay. The sports bettor right now is being peppered all day long with advertising from this guy and that guy. What would you say to people is there a tangible reason that you can say to sports bettors, sign up with us via FanDuel because we're the best? Is there something tangible you can point to?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, we have the leading casino. FanDuel is the leading sports betting operator throughout the country, and we have, if you're betting with us through the FanDuel platform, you can link with your live rewards program within the casino and be able to redeem the points you earn for free play in the casino, for food and beverage, for concerts. And we also have a promotion going on now for early signups, and in addition to $200 of free play on the platform, you also get $50 of food and beverage credits in the casino. So the ability to, again, ongoing to be able to be linked with our bricks and mortar experience, with all of the amenities that we have at the casino, from the hotel to the concert venue to all of our food and beverage opportunities, makes it very attractive for and differentiates why one should play with us.
That referendum that legalized sports betting, if I'm wrong, correct me. It actually passed like 2 years ago, correct? And it's taken this long to get to where we are right now. How soon after that passed were you in touch with FanDuel? Did they seek you out? Did you seek them out? Were you already in conversations leading into that referendum?
Yeah, we've had a relationship in other markets
Okay.
as well. So we had a long, ongoing business relationship. So it was a natural progression of that.
Okay. At the end of the day, this process in the state of Maryland has taken, like I said, 2 years. Are you beyond the point where you were upset about this maybe a year ago? How at the lack of rapidity or urgency by the state, and are you just excited to be into it now?
Yeah, look, the past is the past. Of course,
Yeah.
we would have all liked to have gotten going a little bit quicker than we have, but we're very excited about the energy that's been created over the last year. We're really excited about the upcoming launch of mobile betting in the state. One of the things that we've done that particularly excited about is that we've provided 10% of the ownership on the sports betting business at Maryland Live to our employees. And
It's a
so
novel idea.
we have over 100 employees who are now owners in the sports betting business, and so it's been an opportunity to we're a Maryland-based family company. We really look at our employees as part of our family, and now we're being able to extend ownership interest to our employees in this new exciting business.
So it's a very interesting and novel idea. Just curious, has sports betting up to this point proven to be kind of worth it? Because of the numbers I saw coming out of New Jersey like a year ago when it was compared to what we were missing. And I know we're not New Jersey, we're not nearly that dense a population, but is the whole endeavor going to be really lucrative for the state of Maryland?
Look, it's more about it was a tremendous illegal betting business going on across the country, which was not good for the customer, not good for any of the local state jurisdictions. And so it was really important to professionalize, to legalize sports betting. This is an activity that the overwhelming majority of Americans want to participate in and want to participate legally.
Yeah.
People want to have the right to legally bet on their favorite sports teams and events. So it's more about providing the service to the citizens of here in Maryland and across the country, eliminating the illegal betting market. And it's less about the revenue that it generates from a tax standpoint, because it's really the numbers that people hear about what's being bet on sports betting. It's really the handle.
Okay.
That's
The overall
not
handle.
right, not the revenue that the state or the operators are receiving. So you see these very big numbers. That's because there's very thin margins on sports betting. Most of it is people betting and then getting paid out, on the other side of the transaction. So it's really more about the amenity, legalization, professionalization, regulation of the activity, and less about the actual tax revenue that gets generated. I mean, the casinos will pay more in tax on a daily basis than sports betting will generate in a year.
So sports betting is one thing, and then the betting. I just wonder, Joe, you and I have talked about this offline before. You guys take pretty seriously the push that you need to make in your advertising for people to be careful about betting. How do you think that comes across now with sports betting? Is it just as important to let those bettors know that if they are having a problem with this, that they should seek some type of help?
Absolutely. And, all of our employees, it's another benefit of the professionalization and legalization of sports betting. When it's happening in the illegal market, there's no oversight, there's no regulation. But, we in the casino industry, all of us are very serious about it being a fun activity, and being able to help identify if any individual is having a problem, and being able to help that individual seek treatment. So, and it's the same thing with the sports betting industry. This is not something that people should be doing, if they don't have the money to play. It should be a fun event, but people have to be careful, as with any activity, whether it's going out and having drinks with friends.
Yep.
So we're very serious about publicizing that people need to be careful, and in training our employees to identify when they see a problem.
And that phone number is 1-800-GAMBLER is what they give out. Just
Correct.
A couple more questions, Joe, and then I'll let you get out of here. You and I have known each other now about a decade. I met you just before you guys, probably 6-8 months before you guys were opening, when we were pitching you to do some marketing with Pressbox. And I've seen it go from where there wasn't real live tables, where it was just the electronic. Then it was putting live tables in for, blackjack and dealers, and it was getting the poker room. There's always been something new. Is this sort of the final piece of the live casino hotel in Maryland? Is this the last piece, or is the industry continuing to evolve into new and interesting things?
No, look, it's like any business. We're constantly looking to grow, to improve, to stay relevant, to stay on top of new technology that may be developed in the future. Just in the 10 years that we've been opened, as you said, we've gone from slots only to slots and table games. We've added a hotel. We've added
a hotel. I left that out. Yeah.
We've added a beautiful convention center and live music venue. We've added all kinds of food and beverage amenities, including the sports and social sportsbook now within the casino. And we'll continue. We have a beautiful outdoor smoking casino to provide a venue for those who would like to smoke while they're playing. So we're going to continue to look at opportunities to add amenities, to grow, to stay on top of new technologies, and that never stops.
Joe, 10 years ago, would you have seen the business in Maryland being what it is today, and how successful you guys have been, and the share that you'd ultimately have after a decade and with some pretty stiff competition in the city, outside of Washington, D.C., but in the state of Maryland? You guys have really more than held your own and been, a top brand. There's no question about it.
Thank you. And look, it all comes from, at one point we were, before MGM facility was authorized, that was a market that we were expecting to own for, forever. But what we did when that facility was approved was to continue to reinvest in the facility, and we've been committed from day one to make sure that we were always going to have the, premier facility in the market. And so, nothing happens with a lot of hard work, reinvestment. We luckily have a great, great team members, great executive team, and team members all the way down the line that, are like family to us. They treat our customers like family, and provide a great experience every day. But we know that you can't take anything for granted, and that you're only as good as the last experience that someone has. And so we're really committed every day to making sure we're providing a great experience to our customers. And so no, you never, in fact, we never look 10 years ahead and say, is it going to be
right,
be this? Because we're so focused on making sure that every day is a great experience for people who come to our facilities.
Well, I know you and David, one of your favorite days of the year, probably be coming up pretty soon, is when you give that grant money that comes from the casinos. Is that coming up in the next couple of weeks?
It is. And, we've been fortunate to be able to give a little over $20 million a year to the local community. And
That's remarkable.
It's been well over $200 million to date. That's gone just into the local community in Anne Arundel County, not counting the close to $1 million a day that we send to the state, with the majority of that going to fund education in the state. And that money has provided services to the elderly, new fire halls,
fire trucks, and things,
ball fields for parks and recreations throughout the county, beautification throughout the county, new community centers in some of the most depressed areas of the county. So that really, for David, myself, all of our partners, all of our team members, being able to see that money be reinvested in the community is really special.
Hey, I thank you for spending some time with us. I got one last question. You put a lot of resources into the sports and social. Now that it's going online, do you think that will stay as vibrant as it's been? Do you expect to see less people in there, or do people really like betting on sports and watching it with a bunch of people and make it fun and social rather than be cloistered away in their room, by themselves?
People are social animals.
Yeah.
And the fact is, if you're a sports bettor, you're an enthusiast. And so you're more likely to watch sports on TV. You're more likely to go to a live sporting event, and you're more likely to go out and enjoy a sporting event with friends in a bar or environment like sports and social. So which is only it's common sense, right?
Yep,
you love
sure.
sports, you're gonna find every opportunity to enjoy sports with other people. So no, we think it'll continue to thrive, the sports and social within the facility, and people really enjoy being able to get together and root together in that kind of exciting, vibrant environment.
Joe, I thank you for your time. Known you a little over a decade now. You've been a good friend, and I'm very proud of what you and David have done down there. It's pretty amazing.
Thanks so much. Let's keep it rolling.
All right. Talk to you. Have a great holiday season.
You too.
Bye.
Thanks so much.